goes into the Sacramento River. So there's going to be other areas that are going to be impacted by this. The pressure on the river system is going to go way up depending on how much water comes out, if this does eventually, the integrity does finally break down, if that happens. And so that's what the big concern is now. Again, we don't know a lot as far as the details, but the consequences, depending on what breaks or how much water is let out and uncontrolled water let out, they can be rather grave in some areas. So this is why they're very concerned. They're taking all the necessary precautions. They're getting the warning out, letting folks know what's going on, or at least the potential of what's going on. We're going to have to wait, though, for more details about exactly what is going on. Back over to you.
And Derek, really quick, when we were talking about this on Friday, did it get to 100% full, that dam?
Yeah, it's still at 101% full. It's still over capacity at this point. And so that's the problem. You've got a lot of pressure. This is a part of the dam that really it hasn't been used at all. And so that much pressure on it. But I think more it may be the erosion from this. And even though there's not a lot of water, it's not nearly as impressive as the spillway. The auxiliary spillway still has that water coming over. And so we don't know what that is eroding at this time, or if it's starting to break down in some areas. Again, we don't know any of those details, but what we do know is that there is some part of it that has the potential to break and then let out a unreleased or uncontrolled amount of water out of the reservoir. We don't know how much that would be, but again, they're taking all those precautions to make sure that folks know that there's the potential for some danger, especially in the Oroville area.
The regular spillway was damaged by that erosion. It left that hole, but look at all that erosion there on the side. I mean, again, this is just someone who's in that area that just shot video on their cell phone, and you see all that erosion from the side of the mountain. That is totally separate. The spillway's up there on top. That's what looks almost kind of like Niagara Falls. It's just as we were saying earlier this week, that spillway pretty much broke off completely, and there was some concrete going down into the river below. But you see that erosion even just a few days ago on the side of the mountain. You wonder what's happened now under the emergency spillway.
What the fuck is that vlog? I'm back, and I figure I better cover this just in case something does happen. Right now I'm kind of like mixed between I don't believe it and reality, but right now we just got like an evacuation notice for our area, which is like the Yuba County, Yuba Sutter area, Marysville, Yuba City. The Oroville Dam broke, which is about 30 minutes from here. And I don't know if actually the dam broke. Oh shit. It might have been like, it might be one of the spillways or some shit, like something broke in Oroville. The rivers are like very high right now. They're like right by the levee. Oroville got an evacuation notice first, and then I guess now Yuba County and like Sutter County and all that shit has also a fucking evacuation notice. But I just came outside right now. I'm at my friend Clarence's house watching the pay-per-view, and like everybody's flipping out on Facebook. Everybody's flipping out on like out here on the streets. I don't know, it seems like really active. People are like going really fast, and it looks like there really is an emergency evacuation. David called me, let me know what's going on. He's already evacuated, and I feel like a lot of people, including myself, just aren't taking this as serious as we should have. So my family just called me right now, which is why that last video ended, and they're evacuating too. If you can see the street has never like been like this. I've never seen as much traffic out here as this right here, and I've never seen it backed up like that. So my dad's on his way to get some gas right now. I guess we're evacuating, and you know, this shit is fucking crazy. I would never expect this. There was a huge flood that happened a long time ago. There was like a huge flood a long time ago that like wiped this city out, and people have definitely learned since then, and they know how serious it can be because it has happened here before. And I never took this serious ever from the first time that I seen it, even to right now. But if there's anything saying that this is real, then this is it right here. Everybody's fucking going crazy. And even right here at the gas station, there's like hella cars out here. So it's like a madhouse out here right now. I'm gonna keep you guys updated with what's going on with me and what we do about this. And also we'll keep focused on the news to let everyone know what's going on with that too. I've never seen anything like this. Ever. Like, this is the most like busy I've ever seen this gas station. People are definitely taking this serious. And I'm about to meet up with my dad right now across the street. And let me get this straight real quick so you guys can see what's going on out here. This is usually a very slow street. It looks like a lot of people are coming out from like different directions. And yeah, this shit is fucking crazy. People are not only super active right now, like on these streets, but there's like literally people like speeding, like going way past the speed limit to get to where they need to go, or something. I mean, or fucking getting the fuck out of here. But this is the craziest shit that I've ever seen in this town. Like traffic-wise, everybody's like going nuts. That's getting backed up over there. That never really gets backed up that much. And people just keep coming too. It's not stopping. Like I'm telling you, like this is not like an LA road where like there's activity like this all the time. This shit's fucking dead as fuck all the time. This is just one of the back roads. This is my friend Rudy's road. And there's like trailers. What's going on, Ralph? Yeah. It's like trailers. Everybody's got their cars right here built up. It's just a regular back road. What's up, man? So right now I just started putting all our stuff up here. Up high. I don't know if the water is gonna reach that high or not. Hopefully or not. Hopefully it don't. And right here is another high spot, so I'm gonna take all these games off and put some more stuff up here too.
You make about 0 cents. Make your 6 foot 3 cents up.
We're getting ready to go now. I don't think the water is gonna go that high, but you know, I'm no fucking scientist or newscaster, like weather person or whatever. But I mean, hopefully that holds up. I'd hate to lose any of that stuff up there. I mean, mostly we just kept like the electronics and like important papers and stuff. What? I don't know. I'm gonna do one more check. And like important stuff up there, stuff that's not replaceable. I mean, everything else could just. Miles, how serious is this right now?
It's not that serious, nigga. Niggas is still gonna live, you feel me?
Yeah, we're still gonna live, but I mean, it's just more about our stuff, you know?
If Xboxes start disappearing, nigga, just know I'm looking for y'all to be steal my shit.
You got the cats already?
Yeah, they're in the car.
Got the cats. Got irreplaceable stuff up there. This is the craziest thing that's ever like happened since I've been here, like emergency wise. And you know, at least Miles is here to take out the trash still.
Right now, taking out the trash, man.
Take out this trash.
Yeah.
The whole parking lot is pretty much gone now. Besides a few cars. There might be cars people left behind, but for the most part, it's all like everybody's car's gone.
Church lady's not leaving. They're not leaving.
Well, they might be fine upstairs. Maybe.
Yeah, if I was upstairs, I wouldn't leave.
Is Mary and them staying too?
Yeah.
Is it yet?
AM PM did.
Did they?
They're $1.43.
We're gonna try to go that way and hopefully there's less people that way.
Come up with a line, huh?
She said it's that she's maybe going 5 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Oh, people are doing the self-checkout, huh?
Yeah. What's weird is yesterday we were safe, earlier today we were safe, and now all of a sudden we're not.
Yeah.
Could they give us a little bit more notice? Maybe Bella.
Hey, baby.
Can you see?
Is that Bella meowing?
Yeah, she's right here on the dashboard.
Carla's like here.
Oh, that's true.
She's very scared. She hasn't been on car before.
Come here, Bill. Mommy loves you, Bill. I feel better that I brought the cats. I would have been so upset if they didn't come.
McDonald's is still open. No one in their parking lot.
Hazardous situation developing with the OROVILLE Dam auxiliary spillway. As you know, severe erosion
Severe.
leading to a major problem.
Catastrophic. These are
And
words.
the evacuation leading to traffic problems. Evacuation ordered for low-lying levels of OROVILLE and several areas downstream from Lake OROVILLE. Residents of OROVILLE should evacuate at a northward direction towards Chico. Other cities should follow the orders of their local law enforcement.
Well, you ain't got to stop, huh? Some did.
Again, traffic as much a problem as anything right now. As that bubble of water makes its way downstream,
Yeah,
obviously,
No one's getting anywhere quick.
people praised at that.
That's for sure.
See that water?
Yeah, that's the highest I've ever
To
seen.
be followed in Sacramento.
Look at this sucker.
They fear in Sacramento that water levels could rise and go over levees in some areas.
That's like right
causing
level with this
flooding.
bridge almost.
Again, evacuations, as you know by now, in the Utah City, particularly in Utah City, and Marysville, Hollywood, Albuquerque, Loomis Lake, and Wheatland. And as important as anything else, to point out the emergency
These
shelters
roads are dead.
Yeah.
at the $7 fairgrounds.
Only within the hour. In the meantime, this has created, as you might imagine, some panic among people who live in the low-lying areas who actually, in just a few minutes, had to gather what they could, including their pets, and they had
Oh, they're not
to
letting
head for
nobody this
higher
way.
ground. So that
That's
has
what's going
caused a big clogging of some of the area roadways and highways.
Yeah, which is obviously not
Sorry,
typical of
suckers.
Thursday night. We also know that
Remember, my
people
cats
are
are in
looking
here,
for
don't-
places to stay. They're at gas stations.
How can I forget? Looks like a pinfish.
So we're getting little bits of
Probably
information
sounds
from
like a-
different press conferences, including this. The OROVILLE Hospital says they are not
Hopefully they
evacuating.
pass
They're
out.
sheltering in place, but they do have a plan in
Over the spillway that has never been used, and that spillway is 1,700 feet long, and I think it's about 30 feet high. But the water
all the
has been
underground
spilling
stuff?
over there, and
The erosion?
underneath
What if
it
the
is
whole
mostly
dam goes?
dirt. There was a
Well,
little
they
bit
say
of
the
an area
dam
of some
is
concrete that they put in, but what they
That would
found
cause
is
a
that
roar. That would call a-
somewhere along this line that the water coming over had eroded an area on this side, a hole as they're calling it, and that hole just kept eroding back toward the foundation of the spillway, if you will. So that's when the alert went out that there could be a problem.
I guess that the water is no longer coming over the spillway. And the sheriff's, I guess, said something about the lift or whatever.
The evacuation?
Yeah.
Has been lifted?
Or something like that as soon as 9 p.m.
Okay, well, still.
At least get on the road. So if it doesn't,
Yeah, and we're still going. I mean, it could be lifted, but what if more water comes and then the erosion and I mean.
and that huge storm is coming on, or I don't know if it's a huge storm.
Well,
but
anything though, because the thing is, any water we get is not going to be good, and that dam is obviously not safe. It's eroded on the original spillway, the emergency spillway. It's the first time they used it in 40 years.
And it's got a break in it.
yeah.
And the ground is giving way under that, and who's to say that the whole dam won't?
Well, if they say that anything about the dam being jeopardized, it would be
serious.
a major, nobody would go anywhere. There'd be so many accidents trying to go through here.
It's better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
In other words, I don't think they're going to cancel and everybody's just going to turn around right now with what's going on. Yeah. Probably.
Oh, I know what I bet you they did. They probably pulled the drawers and just put all that money inside the safe at the store. I bet you. Instead of leaving it in the register.
Family pets, they have big farm animals, and they have to go to different places for that as well.
There are a couple of untrained spots for people who were thinking about going to Silver Valley. They can also go to the CMA Alliance Church. And you're like
Over 100% right now, so we still have to drop it by 16,000 acre feet to actually get back down to
You're going
below
your
that
way, so you go
spillway.
your way.
Outflow right around 100,000 cubic feet per
I know
second,
that
so
was
that's
Lincoln
also
Road. I
helping
know
to raise
that.
the Feather River downstream of the dam.
Oh.
Don't got no chode, but they do call me long schlode. All right, Dad, it's your turn.
No.
Passing it to you, Dad.
You guys stop.
We got the long chode going down Miles's throat.
You already say something gay.
Then he coughed it up on the court. I thought he was short. Couldn't get the mojo going. Go, chick.
So I pulled the left into the shorts.
Roasted. We got the long chode.
That's right.
Are you gonna gas or are you just gonna get gassed on like that, Miles?
Whatever.
Yup.
Oh, he's ass
He's
bugged
too
out.
scared.
I'm ass hurt.
He's
First
butt
he lost the jump shot, now he can't spit no bars.
Gassed.
Gas pedal.
Gas
You're
pedal.
like, yeah, you just got roasted. Hey.
Watch out, man. Get the fuck out of my face. Whoa, Mom. You need to stop choking that heat. You will really get slapped. If a cat run out the window, you might have to run out the back. Nigga, you keep on talking that schmack. Call me Knick Knack, Patty Whack, Vanilla Ice on the fucking track.
Ooh, white
I'm
boy.
killing this shit.
Vanilla.
Nigga, shut your ass up. I'll throw your cat out the window so you have to run a couple miles and don't give a fuck. And Deja. Oh my God, it rhymes with Asia. I'll come back and make you slap look like a fucking tornado. Oh, niggas don't care.
Grenada.
Now, Michael, I'm on your ass. About 3 hours ago, I called you flapjacks. You know why? Because if you got look at your arms, you got the motherfucking cocks, nigga. Hey, this shit slap. Put up. I'll rap to this beat. Okay. Alright. I'm a real nigga, you know what's up. I really stroke on this bitch hoe, and you already know I slap your hoe, and I still could talk this heat though, and you already know I be blowing tree, keep on my fucking knee, and you know what? I be having this girl on her motherfucking knees, and I have her in the back clubbing her shit. You already know of. I don't give a fuck, cause I ain't never been no homo. You know what I do, and I still rap on this beat. If this go on your vlog, all the bitches hit up on my tweet. Hey, Twitter nigga, you know, I'm just kidding though, cause I really will slap you like 1, 2, 3 like a stupid hoe. And I don't give a fuck, man. Take that camera out of my fucking face. I'll really choke, will slam your bitch ass, and then put you in your fucking place. Hey, rest in peace if you ever trash, and I don't give a fuck. I'll smack your ass, and if you fuck, I'll beat your ass, and I don't give a fuck, cause I'm hella nice. Hey, this shit's about to fucking flood. I don't give a fuck, just on my mom. If any of you niggas take my shit, I will fucking beat your mom.
Get him, Dad. Hit one more bar on him. Get one more bar on him, Dad.
One more bar on him, Dad.
So you think you got it showed?
But your name is Dakota.
That's water.
Car, driving far.
Oh, fuck.
Don't mess with me, cause I'll put you in your place just where you are.
Because you ain't too far off the grid.
And don't make me wrap you up and wipe you like a skid.
Speaking about skids, you better check your underwear. You got the skid marks, nigga. What the fuck? How about that? And I don't give a fuck, cause I catch you outside, nigga, any day. And I don't give a fuck, cause I'm not AG. And you know what I say, cause I'm not a pick and roll maestro like my nigga Telly Mac. And if you keep talking smack, I'll hit it, yo bitch from the back. And you know, niggas hella wrong.
What do we do if night landing's closed now? So yeah, real it's all the way up to here, fuck. About 3.
Looks like there's a boat out there.
Oh, there's a lot of boats out there.
You have a plan in place to prevent the emergency spillway from collapsing, and that involves dropping bags of rocks or helicopters into the crevice as a way of preventing erosion and preventing the emergency spillway from breaking. Now, if that emergency spillway fails, the incident commander said the results could be catastrophic.
If that is not addressed and we don't take care of that and mitigate it properly, essentially what we're looking at is approximately 30-foot wall of water that would be coming out of the lake. Not the lake draining, but a 30-foot wall of water. That is why we took the appropriate measures that we did.
So we are now in Santa Rosa at my Aunt Lil's house. I think it took us about, if I could think right, like 6 hours to get here. Like 5-6 hours. And that's including all the traffic that was in Yuba City. We tried to take another way to go out here from Yuba City, and that way was a fail. We got to the end of it, and Bella. We got to the end of it and then realized that like we couldn't go that way. There was like a road map or a fucking road sign at the end of the road that said like road closed, and then fucking people were turning back, so that fucking threw us off like a whole hour. And then we finally got back onto the freeway, and then the traffic was pretty much bumper to bumper until we passed like Knight's Landing or something like that, and then it was pretty much like all straight away, no traffic or anything from there. But this is really crazy. This is really crazy. Like, I've never had to do something like this ever in my life before. I remember like maybe evacuating one time when I was younger, like maybe like 9-10 years old, but I think we ended up coming back. It like wasn't as bad as they thought it was or something. But like I've never had to evacuate or ever been a part of an emergency like that, to where like the whole town is evacuating, and it's a crazy sight to see. Like, some people stayed back. I think Dakota, he's out in Stockton. David, I think he actually ended up staying home, and he was on the news. So like I'm definitely gonna download that clip and play it right here. He was wearing a fucking Dopemon shirt. Like, it looks like a Pokemon shirt. It has Pikachu on there, but it says Dopemon instead of Pokemon. And he was live on there, and I'm pretty sure he was probably stoned too. So I'll roll a little bit of that in this video right here, probably. If not, then I'll like put a link to it or something, because it's pretty good.
We couldn't even walk on here. So everything was that much higher. Does it give you a little bit of
don't want to say you're still not cautious, but a little bit of just hope that this isn't going to make that huge of a splash, no pun intended, because nothing has happened in Oroville Dam right quite yet, and you're looking at these water levels, you're probably just thinking through your head, like, hey, if it just stays like this, we'd be all right, right?
Yeah, of course. I really don't see too much of a tragedy after everything. Like, I mean, they seem like they're getting it under control, so...
You live in Yuba City?
I live right here.
You just live right across the street. What's your impression of it as a local here? Because it kind of blew me away, but understandable because the river is. I want to ask you about the town of Marysville shut down. What do you think about that?
It's pretty crazy, I would say. I've never seen it to where nobody can get in or out. That's pretty intense.
What's it like having a bunch of people around just kind of hanging out here by the river tonight? Basically, just checking out what you're checking out. Is this kind of surreal, this whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I brought him out and he told me experience some history.
Gotcha. Well, we appreciate taking the time, guys. And I want to show you one more look as we kind of navigate around. These guys right behind me were telling me, the water not even too long ago was right up in this area. Well, we're right here. So that's...
Speaking of dopey mon, I've had a little bit of dope. So, if I look like it, I am that. What do you think I am? So, oh my gosh. The cats are here. That was another thing, like... Oh, hold on, I gotta get this action. They're flipping out over those turtles. Harlem. Like, bringing your animals into an evacuation is another, like, crazy thing because, a lot of places don't accept animals or like, because they got a lot of shelters out in Chico and like a lot of people are going to Sacramento. My big cat, that old cat right there, she's getting pissed off. I know there's some shelters that have shelters for people that are from Oroville or wherever that are evacuating, but they don't allow animals. So like, especially people who have a lot of animals, like we have 3 cats, so it's pretty easy for us, but like people who have a lot of animals, that must be crazy because like you don't want to leave them behind. You don't want them to be in trouble. I mean, I see these cats as part of my I see these cats as part of my family. I cannot say this. I see these cats as a part of my family also. So it's like if you're leaving your cat behind or your dog behind, you're like leaving a family member behind. Anyways, this shit's crazy. As far as I know right now, they're talking about like maybe Wednesday they'll like stop the evacuation. I'm really hoping that it ends tomorrow and we could just go home and like everything's gonna be fine, but I guess it's better to be safe than sorry, and I hope that it don't flood in my house and my shit gets fucked up, but if it does, at least we're here with family. I hope everybody else is there with their family, and you know what? I gotta see now, like, damn it. Okay, now I was gonna try to play that. Okay, but anyways, you guys, this shit's crazy as fuck. I probably said crazy and like insane and like all this shit a million times, but this shit is really crazy as fuck, and we're like living some like kind of history right now. Hopefully it don't flood though. This is a 5-minute video. I knew it was gonna be one of these, but y'all have a nice night, and I'm blasting off. Just a little bit of information for you guys over the past few days. The shit with the Oroville Dam was going on, as you've seen in the last vlog, and my whole town had to evacuate. A lot of people stayed. Most people evacuated. It was like tons of traffic. All you gotta do is look back on my last vlog and you'll see what happened. So I spent the last 2 days in Santa Rosa over at my Aunt Lil's house, and pretty much just been watching the news, keeping an eye on how everything's going. Everybody on Facebook was saying different things. Like, a lot of people were saying their family members are working for the dam and it's really bad, and then other people were saying not to go back. A lot of people stayed. A lot of people did come back. So as of yesterday, they lifted the evacuation because it was a mandatory evacuation. Everybody had to leave. but then they lifted it to voluntary evacuation, so you could choose to come back, but there's still a chance that this shit is gonna break and there's gonna be a 30-foot wave of water and it's gonna be real bad. So now it's voluntary, so pretty much everybody is coming back. But there still are people who decided to stay away or whatever. I wanted to do this because it's something that I wanted to do before all this even went down, and that I should have done, because it could have very well been like bad and I would have not even been able to get this. But right now I'm on top of the levee, and you can see how high the water is. And through the whole 24, 23 years that I've lived here, I've never seen the river this high. Never. Like, this is usually all over there, like on that side, that's like a dirt bike track, and like there's dirt bike jumps over there and like sand and like places for you to like walk around and like drive your dirt bike and just like drive your car. But right now it's just all water. It's like it's a fucking ocean right here in Linda, Marysville. Over there is Linda, that's where I live. This is Marysville. And a little bit of background information, there's been like some major floods here, like big floods that like have put this city underwater. So like it's definitely a serious issue. I'm gonna walk down the road a little bit and get some more. It's definitely a serious issue. And this is just unbelievable to me that, you know, the water is this high. So like I said, I've never seen it like this before, ever in my life. Like, I've seen it go kind of high. Like, if it's kind of high, you know, it's just like a little bit high, but it's never been to where this whole thing is just completely underwater. So it's an amazing thing to see, but it's also very scary because these are like dirt levees. And if the levee gives out, which they have before, then our fucking town's gonna flood. And if that spillway breaks, our whole fucking everything's gonna be done. And I guess it's supposed to flood from like here to Sacramento or something. It's gonna be like a cool thing to look back on when this is all said and done. Hopefully everything goes smooth. I believe they're saying that they got things kind of a little more under control right now, but honestly, I don't think they have the things under control. And also another thing, this is all going down. We already got so much water. I don't know the exact facts. You could probably look them up and see how much water. I think it has to go under like 50 feet or some shit like that for us to be safe. I'm not a fucking scientist. I don't know my shit. I'm actually dumb as fuck, so don't quote me on any of this, but the water has to be below a certain area for us to be fine, or for this shit to like work or something. And well, that's all going on while they're still trying to do that just with the water that we have. And as you can see, that's a lot of water. There's also a huge storm coming, and this storm is supposed to last like 8 days. If you look on the forecast right now, we got like 8 days straight of rain, just pure rain. Now I don't know how much it is. Like, you know, sometimes you'll see a rain cloud on the forecast and it'll be like, you know, you'll rain for fucking like 2 hours that day. So I don't know if it's that, or if it's like a fucking big storm, which we've been having a lot this winter. We've had like more storms this winter than we've had the past like fucking 4 or 5 years that I could remember. Now we're coming up to the other side of the river. You see people out here checking it out. There's actually a few people like behind me too. I don't know if they're creeping up on me, trying to end this shit before they creep up on me, because I don't know, I get kind of nervous when people are fucking around me and I'm trying to fucking preach to you guys, you know what I'm saying? You'd think as long as I've been doing this that I wouldn't feel like that, but it's just a little awkward sometimes. Here's the other side of the river, all underwater. Another crazy thing, there's so many fucking homeless people that live out here. Like, so many homeless people that like live in these like river bottoms and everything. And I could only imagine what they're going through right now, because you know, they all live down here and it's all obviously underwater. And if they're right there in the middle where there's not water, I don't know if there's any other way to get to over here where it's dry unless they swim or something. I remember I was talking to David, and David said they were like all migrating together. They were like in big groups of people, like walking their dogs in big packs. And that's also another thing I'm gonna try to do later, is get David on here, because David was actually one of the ones that stayed. As scared as David was, and David was talking about it for like weeks, like a week before this all happened, David just had this fucking scary gut feeling in his fucking chest, you know, that like something bad's gonna happen. And he's like, you know, I knew something bad would happen on my birthday. And like 2 days after his birthday, this all went down. But he actually ended up staying to end this. This shit's crazy as fuck. I think there's some kind of meter over here, like some kind of measuring thing. See where the water's at. I've never like even knew that right there existed, but now I do, so I'm gonna come check it out. Oh, so let's do a little shout out to these people who do graffiti down here too. I mean, a lot of it is just fuck, Norte, bullshit, but look at that one right there. What does that say? Jaeger? Jagger? Dagger? Something? I don't know, that's pretty fucking cool. Yeah, but a lot of this graffiti is actually trash. Punk? Dude, I should write a fucking like a little CM right next to that punk. Gotta love wrestling fans. It would be really fucking bad if I just fucking tripped over one of these rocks or something and just fell right in here. So I'm gonna try to be extra cautious. Marysville Levy Commission, official gauge. Okay, so I don't know what that means, but where that red line is right there, that means high water. But I mean, this water is already pretty fucking high, so that is high water. I don't know what they're talking about. Like that's high. That's really high water, I guess. That's probably like dangerous level, but it's getting pretty dangerous right now already. I'm gonna do one more quick little pan of this whole thing right here. Also, another thing, my friend Kevin, he lives in Massachusetts. Actually, I don't even know where he lives now. He lives on like an island, like I think it's called Block Island or something like that. He actually heard about this where he lives. So if any of you guys, besides the people that are like obviously people that live in my area and know who I am from here, if you live like, you know, say somewhere across the country or anything like that, and you actually heard about this, let me know, because I'm just curious to see how many people seen that. And also, if you did see it, people probably would have never expected that, like, that was me. Like, that's my area. You know, this is my area. You know, I'm not in LA anymore. I'm back in my hometown. So, like, I'm just kind of curious if there's anybody who watches these videos and heard about this and didn't even, like, put the two together because probably you don't give a shit where I live and, you know, or even know. But I live in Marysville. It's about 30 minutes from OROVILLE. And, our whole thing was under mandatory evacuation. So we were actually affected by this whole OROVILLE dam thing. One more of this. Like I said, I've never seen it like this in my entire life. And yeah, it isn't over. We got that big storm coming. 8 days, 7-8 days straight of rain. I'm gonna check on my weather app right after I get off here and see like the percentages, because it already started sprinkling today. If you can tell, it's like a little bit wet. And yeah, this is just the beginning. Like I said, we're still on voluntary evacuation right now. So some shit really could go down. And hopefully it don't, but yeah. Shit happens.
Your neck.